Everything is love, man.
Let me tell you real quick, brother. Happy birthday to you. Happy born day to you.
Yeah.
Blessings to you, my brother. You feel me? I mean that genuinely, man. I rock with you heavy, man.
That's real talk, man. I appreciate it, man. I don't take it for granted, bro. I don't take it for granted.
You know what I mean? Let's talk some hip hop, though, man.
Oh yeah,
that's what we're here for, right, Tone?
It's a lot to talk about, man.
A lot to talk about, right, brother? I want to talk about Common real quick. Common and Pete Rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go ahead with you first, Tone. How did you feel about the rollout for Auditorium? Just the rollout itself.
Look, so I'm actually pleasantly surprised about the rollout, man. They couldn't have done it better. You know what I'm saying? Because when you talking about getting on mainstream late night television, right, Drink Champs, all the big everything, man. Sway, everybody. So if you really want to roll out something that could be monumental, this is the way you have to do it. Don't be on that whole, hey man, I'm just gonna put it out, let the people decide. Now forget all that. Right. You know what I'm saying? You want to make a statement, you have the voice to have that type of platform. You Pete Rock and Common. You know what I'm saying? So I think the rollout, man, was flawless. What about you?
No, I'm in agreement. I think it's a flawless rollout. And then the thing about the rollout for me, Tone, I don't know how you feel about this, but it's one thing to have a rollout, man, but the music got to go with the rollout, though.
Yes.
You feel me, Tone? Yes. I feel it was a marriage right there, brother.
Yeah, when they, I like the first video and all that, but when they did that Dreaming, it felt right. It ended up being the intro to the album. I think that's one of the best ways you can start an album. Matter of fact, just real quick, I did a video months ago about the importance of how an album should start, intro, and how the album should end.
Right.
And that being the first track was a pleasant surprise. We heard it before the album came out. And then when I got the album, I was like, oh, Dreaming, the first track to set the mood and the tone of the album, man. And it didn't have that to be part of the rollout. Was even doper.
Yes. I thought Dreaming, just like you said, to set up the album, it's one of my favorite songs, to be honest. It's why this works on the first song. It's one of my favorite songs on the project and everything.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead real quick before we go into more detail about the raps and the music itself. What did you feel about Common and Pete Rock with Pete Rock's production and Common's rhymes and everything, the soulful samples, like the Curtis Mayfield tracks and all that sampling Pete Rock does and everything? What do you feel about that? And it's Nas and Primo on the clock.
Oh no, we'll get into when I tweeted that out. I'm gonna tell you, you can imagine the kickback on that. You know what I'm saying? But man, this is a long time coming. Yes. So the fact that before this, the only song they ever did together was the Bitch and You was crazy.
A diss track.
Oh, it's unbelievable the fact that Common has gone through a career where he did 4 projects with No ID, 2 full projects with Kanye, a full project, all these different people. Jay Dilla did like Water for Chocolate. You know what I'm saying? So
all that shit, like he just
so this Pete Rock thing, it seemed like, why didn't it happen early? And I had a couple of conversations with people yesterday about that too, that we'll get into, but it's just, I couldn't believe it took so long. But no, the marriage is perfect. Common a soulful dude anyway. He's always been a jazz fan, fan of the Harlem Renaissance flavor. So, and Pete Rock is, the soul brother #1. You know what I'm saying? So, absolutely. He sounded so fresh over those tracks, man. The production was beautiful, but Common at the same time, he held that production. And I was telling someone, PS, he don't have to be rapidy rap to be lyrical. Common is lyrical. So he performed a dope performance throughout the album without being, he ain't trying to be Cannabis in 1997, bro. But it was a perfect marriage, man. What you think?
Listen, he's dropping gems to me. You feel me? I love the fact that in one thing, he could do a song like Stella, right?
Yeah.
With rapping and stuff like that. Then he could do a song about blessing the Lord and stuff like that. I just love the fact that he went to different subjects over this project. And I got to say this, man. I don't want to put him in a box, just the Midwest, though. But if we're doing a Midwest Mount Rushmore, man.
Oh, my God.
What are we doing with Common, Tone?
Well, let me tell you this. There is no Midwest Mount Rushmore without Common.
Absolutely, man.
I don't know how it could be when you think about going back from Can I Borrow a Dollar, like 1999 and Wonderwall, all the way through that illustrious career. You know what I'm saying? And he's a consummate MC, meaning Common can still freestyle. Common will break dance. Common can collab with anyone to sound fresh. I mean, he's the definition of an MC from the school, KRS-One. He's from that school. So he's got to be on that Mount Rushmore of the Midwest, and he's been a top 20 MC of mine forever. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm thinking about moving him higher than I had him. I had him top 20 forever.
Right. At this point, right? At this juncture, right, Tone? I
mean, you gotta be fair with what the guy's catalog is something to be praised.
His body of work, Tone, is phenomenal, brother.
I would say he's underrated, even though he's a legend.
That's crazy, huh? Why do you say that, Tone? Explain to me why you feel that way.
Because I feel like when a lot of people start doing these, and I've read 100 top 20 lists all over social media over the last decade. Right. I rarely see him in enough top 20s. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand it myself, because I've seen plenty of people, and I won't name them, ranked higher than him on some of these platforms, and I'm like, are they really better than Common?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people have a B, a Like Water for Chocolate, or One Day It All Makes Sense?
Yes, One Day It Makes No Sense.
Resurrection.
No, that One Day All Makes Sense album is a very underrated album, in my opinion. It didn't get the love that I thought it should have gotten, though.
I mean, he got the joint with Lauren on there, the joint with CeeLo Green on there, get the joint with Cannabis on there. He actually kicking some battle raps throughout that album too. Because Common is always, on a side note, every album, that Chi-Town come out every now and then.
He'll talk about the Stones. He'll talk about the Stones raised them and all that in his voice.
Yeah, he will do that, and then he'll also throw some jabs like I'm still an MC.
Yes.
He will, man.
So let's go ahead. Your thoughts on track 2, man. Chi-Town, do it, man. What do you think about Chi-Town?
So after that first track, that couldn't have been the sequencing on this album is dope, and I always talk about how important sequencing is. That's the reason why I love Only Built for Cuba Links and certain albums like that, because I felt like each song it was sequenced perfectly. Dr. Dre does a great job of that. So and P Rock too, because one thing real quick I said the other day was this album gave me the vibe of The Main Ingredient with P Rock, CL Smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're talking 1994 after making this classic, making the Soul Brothers.
Absolutely.
Go finish your food, okay?
Yeah. So it gave me that vibe because of the sequence, and that second track, that Shy joint, it felt perfect. And it was like the jump off track to the album after that Dreaming. You know what I'm saying? And oh man, the sample, man, the soul, the feeling of that song, man, it really put you like, okay, I'm riding to it. It put me in that state. Okay, now I feel the energy where we're going with this album.
Right.
Like sometimes that first song and that second song don't match. You be like, well, where we going with this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You kept that energy from the first track, and it just flowed through the rest of the album.
And also to piggyback what you're saying, Tone, what I love also with Pete Rock, what he did a lot through this album, was the scratching and the sampling, and you had Rakim here, Inspector Deck here, and stuff like that. And I love the fact that he got in that bag. You know, he's always done that, obviously, right? But I just love to hear it in 2024, Tone, is what I'm saying. I still like to hear that in 2024. Yeah. Anything that stood out, another thing I want to ask you about Common doing a lot of 3 verses on a lot of these joints, though. I'm a fan of 3 verses, Tone. I don't care what nobody say. I'm a fan, especially when they dope 3 verses. You're sitting there like, okay, they all dope. Each verse makes sense, and I can't say this verse is better than this one. They're all dope to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you know what? And I was on the phone, and like I told you earlier, me and Knife talked about an hour the other day about this album. And one thing I said to him was, man, this felt like an album. It didn't feel like an EP or these short 10-song albums with 2 verses and all this stuff. He gave you like what 15 plus tracks. You know what I'm saying? 3 verses. The songs felt complete. They felt like because some of this new era. There's been some dope MCs who, when they do these 2 verses, after that second verse, I'm still hungry for some more. I'm like, you kind of left the story incomplete for me. You know what I'm saying? So for Common, I felt like he didn't do that.
It felt like how albums felt in the 90s. I know we stuck in the 90s sometime. I get it.
Oh, they go to old guys. They go to old guys.
Hell, I'm 49 today, man. So sometimes we all get stuck. I get it. He gave me what I feel like an album's supposed to feel like a journey. Not rushed. If it's an EP, call it an EP. But if it's an album, treat it like an album, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love the 3 verses, man. I love it filled my stomach up, you know what I'm saying, with some good hip hop, and it wasn't no verses wasted. Like he could have kept that 3rd verse, that shit was whack. It wasn't like that. his third verses on these songs summarize the songs. You know what I'm saying? That's my
order. The first verse, the second verse made sense for the second verse to be in order, like the way Com did it, man. I feel you on that, brother.
Yeah, man.
You know what, one of my favorite songs also, and I don't know how you feel about this, but track 3, This Man.
Yeah,
that track, right? That's been in rotation from Friday to now.
That's my point, man. You go from dreaming to the shy joint to this, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's still that energy, that vibe. But let me tell you one I like a whole lot too. I don't know if he's gonna go there. Yeah, I like Now and Then, and I like A God. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So you like Now and Then?
Yeah,
okay,
I like Now and Then.
That's the last song, Now and Then.
Say what?
The last song is Now and Then, right?
I don't know if it's the last one or not. It might be the last one. I need to double check that.
So you like that track, and what else you said?
I like A God.
God, okay. A God is right.
A God is Common always give you on every album some spirituality.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like whether it's like, you know, on like Water for Chocolate, that was it that Song for Asada and Ghetto Heavens type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he always get, you know, even on B, you know, what's that joint of Faithful or something like that.
Faithful is my joint.
He always give you some of that. So me hearing that just still show the essence of who he is as an MC. He's gonna touch that spiritual side the same way he's gonna touch some civil rights moments. He had a song called Dreaming before. It was that joint with the Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream, in the hook or whatever. I think it was on some kind of soundtrack back in the day. But he's always had songs you know, about that. But yeah, that spirituality in A God is really dope, man. Fortunate has a good feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, but I really like that Now and Then, yo. So but
yeah. God there is, man. I like that song a lot because the hook really dominates the whole song, and then he lets the hook breathe for like the last minute and change. That song breathe for a hot minute though, man. That song is very dope, man. Very dope.
Very dope.
I also like Stella.
Yeah,
this is some rapping-ish though, Tone. I love Stella a lot though, man. Very up-tempo beat and everything. Inspector Deck, sample that Pete Rock used on there and stuff like that. Common is still rapping at a high level, bro. At a high level, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't think there was a wasted song on the album, to be honest with you. I feel like every song made sense. You know, sometimes you get an album like, you know, they could have left a track, you know, 8, 14, and 12 off or whatever. No, matter of fact, there's a song that's missing that I wish he would have had on there. And I'm trying to think of the name of it. There was a song that they dropped months and months ago that didn't make the album. Somebody can fact check when they see it, man. But there's a song that didn't make this final track list. I don't know what reason why.
Sample clearance, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet that. I'm gonna find that and I'm gonna tweet that out. But
man, I want to ask you, can you go back to Ninth Wonder right quick, because he had some tweets about the album and stuff like that. I saw his tweets on social media and stuff like that. And I know you're cool with Ninth and stuff, right?
Yeah.
What do you take from what Ninth is basically trying to say to the hip hop culture and stuff when you talk to him and stuff about the album?
His thing was for him personally, felt like this is a big moment for a certain demographic of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know, we say we yearn for this. Now we have a beautiful project, and he was saying something about on Twitter. Now, our conversation person was kind of on lines with that, but that adult contemporary type of hip hop that, you know, a lot of genres of music, there's different parts of that genre. We like to keep hip hop in one box, and it's not in one box. There's several types of rap music within hip hop culture. So what he was saying is like, look, that was for us, our demographic. Nothing wrong if the younger dudes want to listen to, you know, Lil Uzi Vert or whoever. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with another demographic want to listen to, you know, Chief Keef and all them. For us, we're gonna be more comfortable to a degree with what we grew up on, because hip hop and music is a feeling of your youth for the most part. People our age, our youth is Primo and Common and Nas and all these people. So he gave us, and soul sampling, boom bap, the J Dilla, all this stuff like that. Well, that's what we like. That's what he gave us. Right. You know, so we do need to make sure, okay, look, this right here is for us. And there's nothing wrong with that being for us. But we also got to take in consideration was for other younger fans.
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
And that don't mean that shit is whack or that ain't hip hop. You know, I hate. You know, you see me before talking to people about what's not. It's hip hop. It's not hip hop for you.
Trap music, all that is hip hop, man. It's hip hop.
It's not hip hop for you.
Right.
But it's hip hop to that demographic or that region for that time period or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was trying to talk about that. Like, there is some separation in hip hop, and that's okay. Adult contemporary hip hop would be this right here. People my age might want to hear this instead of shoot 'em up, bang, bang. I mean, I love Mobb Deep, grew up on Mobb Deep, but you know, at my age now, I don't need to hear cats getting murked every verse.
Absolutely. Facts.
So that was just some of that conversation, and you know, as far as like, and I knew he was gonna go on social media and share his thoughts because we had a conversation, and I'm glad he did because that's his perspective, but it made sense. And I'm not just saying that because that's the home and nothing like that. Because cats don't even talk about him like that. So that was just his thoughts, and I do share some of the same sentiment because of the age thing.
And can we say it's a grown man conversation that Common's giving us? I mean, let's be real. When you talk about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and stuff like that in 2024, not a lot of MCs are doing that. That's not what to bring about.
If you're an MC at a certain age, Common's like 53 years old, I believe. If you're an MC who has lived through late 70s, early 80s, seeing our community go through what we went through and still go through, you should be, like KRS said, you should be teaching some too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, that's a big thing about some of the stuff Nas was talking about on his Hit Boy run. Like, he talking about investments and stocks and all that. Now, he ain't just talking about dropping Ancient Manifest to hip hop straight off the block. You know what I'm saying? We've done that. But now he's trying to tell you, like, yo, you get this money, put it away, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, pay your tax. I mean, handle your business.
I think Drake was saying in a couple of bars too. The young boys, y'all need to pay taxes and all. Like, he had a couple of bars and a couple of songs that he was saying.
Supposed to be teaching. Common still is a teacher. Like I said a few minutes ago, he's from the school of KRS, so he should. I don't want to hear him talking like it's 1991. But let me tell you something too. What I did like, I like the way Common and Pete Rock made a 90s type album without it sounding dated, and it still sounded fresh with the production and the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So they found a way to look. This is what y'all trapped in the 90s niggas want to hear. We give you some soul, but it doesn't sound like it's like just like dated. You know what I'm saying? It sounds good, man. Pete Rock, man, I'm gonna tell you, just for his credit, you know, he has never went through a period where his beats didn't sound fresh. And what I mean by that is there are some 90s producers. When I hear some of their beats now, of course I'm not gonna name anyone, but I hear some of their beats. It didn't. They were great for that time period. Some of it really didn't progress anymore. It still sounds kind of basic. But what Pete Rock has been able to do is still have his signature sound, but advance it. You know what I'm saying? And he never really. I mean, the stuff he did with Sky Zoo and some of these other projects. I still, like I told Pete yesterday, I still listen to that. What East Coast All Stars on Sky Zoo joint. That beat, Pete Rock beats, man. Like
yeah.
He sounds just as good right now as he did when he made Straighten It Out.
Absolutely. And you know what? I always felt like, I don't want to say he's always in the shadow of Primo. I don't want to go in that bag, right? But if you always in the power rankings, especially in the 90s, I always felt people have Primo over Pete Rock. And you can go in that bag, and I can understand why, right?
You know why, though?
I'll say Jay-Z Guru.
There it is right there. The reason is because
Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas.
He did the tracks.
Grab the beats from you, and they're not going to Pete Rock like that, respectfully. You know what I mean?
He did the signature tracks for some of the greats in East Coast and in hip-hop history. Why didn't Pete Rock do more beats with some of these guys? We'll never know. There is a reason, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. If I knew, I wouldn't share it online. But it's weird that he did. Well, you know, he did The World Is Yours. He did tracks, but why doesn't he have a track with Biggie Smalls? I mean, of course, there's a rumor that Juicy was Pete Rock's. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know, there's also, you know, I think at one point, I think Pete Rock and Q-Tip might have had a little tension over Jazz. Even though if you listen to Q-Tip at the end of the song, he said, "Pete Rock for the beat, you don't stop." You know what I'm saying? So, because I think that sample was Pete Rock's sample first, but Q-Tip gave him the props at the end of the song. So I don't know. some relationships that Pete didn't cultivate, that DJ Premier did. But yeah, he's always kind of in the shadows because of that. Not saying he's a better beat maker, because technically they're probably on the same level. And to be honest, Pete Rock probably is more dynamic, maybe. I'm not saying better.
No, I'm gonna say it for you. Within the last 2 to 3 years, I felt like Pete Rock has made better beats than Primo. I
don't even think that. I don't even think that's a discussion. I don't even think that's. We're talking about all the time right now.
I don't even think for the last 2 to 3 years, Pete Rock has. Yeah, man.
No, for the last more than 2 or 3 years. But when we talking about just beat making, there's more layers to Pete Rock beats with his samples. It's just more layers to it. But when you talk about boom, 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 it's hard to beat Primo with that.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead then. I saw conversations about Nas and Hit Boy and Common and Pete Rock. Like, here's the thing, like this: it's the small sample size, right? Don't to go in that bag when Nas and Hit Boy got Grammys and they got how many King's Diseases and Magics. And
I don't care. I don't care. And Nas is my favorite MC.
It's too early though, Tone. You talking about?
Look, bro,
too early, man.
I don't know if you saw my video.
Okay.
I did a video about the Auditorium Volume 1, Pete Rock coming to it, and I said, look, I know a discussion is coming about how does this Auditorium match up against the 6 albums that Nas Hit Boy did. And when I did the video, I had a couple of Nas stands that act worse than and again, not everybody knows Nas' my favorite rapper. Excuse me. But anyway, it was 2 or 3 weirdo dudes. And they might see this. I don't care. 2 or 3 weirdos like really coming crazy, like I disrespected Nas and Hit Boy because I said what I said. When I said, for example, one of my comments was the Auditorium was better than King's Disease 1. You know what I'm saying? Track for track. I said it's better than me. You know what I'm saying? And then one dude pulled up this old video of mine talking about how much I love KD3 and Magic. I said, yes.
I did see you on a video of yours when you broke down King's Disease. Yeah. I did see that.
Yes, and I love it. I love it.
You did give it up, though. You did give it up.
Yeah, I love Magic and King's Disease 3 a lot. All I said was several albums I felt like this Common and Pete Rock album surpassed some of them albums to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I said this album versus KD3 is a good conversation. I didn't say which one was the best on the video. I said it's a good conversation to have. You know what I'm saying? I've been riding to this Pete Rock and Common joint for the last couple of days, and yeah, that and KD3, man, I'm gonna keep going back and forth and to see in the field. I said I think it was better than some of the other albums that Nas Hit Boy did. That's not a diss. It's hip-hop. We talk about it's competition. We're gonna discuss it regardless. If I didn't say it, somebody else gonna say it on there. They're gonna start talking about Nas and Common. As soon as Primo and Nas album come out, the first thing these Negroes gonna do is gonna compare it to this Common and Pete Rock album.
I'm gonna do it too, though.
We all gonna do it. And then you know what else gonna happen? You know what else gonna happen? When DJ Premier and Nas drop, everybody's gonna compare that new album to every Hit Boy album.
Facts. That's a fact.
They're gonna rank it.
That's a fact. We are gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
It could be an average album, and there's gonna be some people who don't like Hit Boy who gonna say it's better.
Yes, facts.
I'm not saying it's not gonna be better. I'm just saying, even if it's not, there's gonna be some people who gonna be so stuck on that. I want this Nas and Primo shit. They're gonna overrate it. That's why I said it's man, the shoes to fill is crazy.
Let me ask you a question. When you heard Nas and Primo was working on an album, did you go crazy? I didn't go crazy.
I ain't either because my thing was like, first of all,
it's been too long, man. Like,
well, you know what?
Yeah, man.
I felt like, well, it scares me some, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, we know the time is different because this album should have happened in about 2003 or some shit like that. So we know that it should have happened after Stillmatic. You know what I'm saying? Or at least after Godson. It should have happened around that time right there to me.
After the firm, really. But go ahead.
Really? You know what I'm saying? Primo could have did I Am.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? But, you know, to be honest, but nevertheless, a lot of time went. We got to see how that chemistry going to be again because, you know, Nas almost found the fountain of youth again with Hit Boy because Hit Boy's younger, from the West, fresh new ideas. He got his little homies probably in the studio or tapping in with Nas. That's why they can do, you know what I'm saying? That's why Nas has a variety in the subject matter and in the production and stuff. So, you know, will Primo and Nas album be diverse enough to keep people's attention, or will it sound like one long song? You know what I'm saying? How much diversity gonna be with the production with DJ Premier? You know what I'm saying? How much can he step out and maybe Hit Boy need to be in the studio, or somebody else might need to be in the studio, like kind of help them out, throwing bouncing ideas, because it got a potential to be either amazing or maybe pretty boring.
Well, Tone, let me say this.
I don't know.
The song they dropped a couple of months ago, Nas and Primo, right? I'm not even playing that song no more, Tone.
You ain't seen nobody talking about that song no more on social media. Real talk.
I got it in my phone, Tone, and I don't.
Bro, I haven't played that song in months, but I'm gonna tell you something. and look, I printed out, I posted Nas lyrics from that song on my page. The lyrics are amazing, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like the beat was cool, you know what I'm saying? But it left a lot to be desired to me. It felt like it was
crazy, Primo. Sorry, Primo, that wasn't crazy, man. For you and Nas for me and this man watching y'all since Illmatic and everything.
Yeah,
and the masses been screaming Nas and Primo since the 90s and early 2000s. This is what it was, and it was just okay. It wasn't bad. You
know what only thing would have satisfied everyone, that would have had to be a Nas's like type song.
It has to be. It has to be a Nas's like. It has to be. Unless
you're telling me, hey, this is a promo song. This ain't on the album.
I think you gotta hit the home run. The first song, you gotta go home run. With these two, you gotta hit out the park. I just feel you can't.
This had to be Nas's like. This had to be.
This can't be charged up. This can't be a Drake charged up, and then you give us a banger. No, you gotta come out the gate. No.
This had to be one of their signature songs to me. Second Childhood. I Gave You Power. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you know,
like
New York State of Mind 3. You know, what if they'd have done some shit like? What if they'd have took some of that sample and this song would have been New York State of Mind 3? That would have had people buzzing and talking all the way up to right now. You see, but the beat wasn't dynamic enough for Nas lyrics.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It just, they ain't no knock on Primo. Primo, my favorite East Coast producer. Before anybody started that shit about, and I'm not dissing Primo.
He got Texas roots though. Don't make sure I throw out. He got Texas roots though. Of course, that's his. You know.
He does, but he the boom bap king probably at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool because I'm a Gangstar fanatic. I still listen to all the Gangstar albums, albums. I'm the one that still talk about Group Home Living Proof being one of the best produced rap albums I've ever heard.
Listen,
so I love Primo.
Let's go here right quick. I feel Guru doesn't get respect like Rakim, KRS, G-Rap, NWA did. I don't feel he gets love with those brothers at all. And it's kind of weird too because I felt, here's the thing with Guru. They dropped in 1989. I don't know if that was a great time to drop. We dropped in 1989.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when you go to gauge you when you're going, you come at 89, right? But in the 90s, he lapped Rakim. I'm sorry, I love Rakim. He lapped Rakim. Like the only person that was flourished from the 80s and the 90s is LL, really.
Well, you know, KRS
not flourished.
No, Kane was done in the 90s. Kane was done in the 90s. KRS-One wasn't because he had returned a boom back with Primo. He had
danger and all that. He had
all that. Then you know, Step Into a World. I got next. All this, you know, the KRS-One self-titled album. Then he had Channel Live and all this. So Chris was still killing.
Still active,
very active. And Rakim didn't come back into the 18th letter in like 97. Which I love 18 letters.
Me too. I love that album.
After 92, he had a 5-year stretch when he's supposed to do this shit with Dre and everybody. But after Don't Sweat the Technique, Eric Ben Rakim was over with.
Man, absolutely. After that, it was
were done.
Low. Let's be real. So they were low after Don't Sweat the Technique. They were low. They were real
Guru,
low.
to your point though, about Guru, when we think about what he did in the 90s, after coming out in the late 80s, you have Step Into the Arena. You have Hard to Earn.
Moment of Truth.
Moment of Truth.
Album. What we talking about, Tone?
I mean, he had some
too much.
Yeah,
well, man. Listen, I didn't like the Jasmine Tash projects too much. That's just me though.
I like the first two. But you understand this though. People need to understand something too though. Guru was an older cat who really loved jazz.
He did, absolutely.
And and Primo was talking about this before. Some of their samples, whenever you heard Gangstar with jazz samples, Guru used to give Primo some of them ideas.
Wow, you can tell the ex girl to the next girl. That's a real.
Man, that's all Guru tell it. Yeah, Primo, that's what I want. And Primo has talked about this before over the years. So him going to the Jazz Masters, the Jazz Mataz albums, I can see that, and it shows some versatility with him. I mean,
it does.
He stepped outside, but yeah, he doesn't get, man. RP to Guru, man. Like, he doesn't get the props.
He dominated the '90s. He dominated in the '90s, like for real.
Man, Gangstar was hard.
Yes, man. I love Gangstar, man. I love Gangstar, bro.
Gangstar was hard, man.
Shaq right there. I'm sorry, man. He did get washed on features. That's neither here nor there. He got washed on a lot of features.
Well, I think one thing is because well, you know, one thing too though, his rap style monotone, like he always said. So it's a slow flow, educational flow. You know, it's just like words that manifest. You know what I'm saying? It's slow. So when you put a prime Inspector Deck on Above the Clouds, he's gonna watch everybody during that time, because Deck from '97 to like 2000, anytime Deck was on a song, he watched people. He watched his own Wu-Tang members on Forever. Yo, I tell people that all the time.
Yo, Deck got some verses, man.
and then you know, Guru gonna do songs with like MOP. They hype, so they gonna overshadow him.
Jadakiss, right where
you stand. They go, but at least
Jada laughed him. I gotta be honest, Jada laughed him.
Well, Jada left a lot of people on features though, man.
Yeah, that ain't saying much though, right? That ain't saying much, though,
but you know, but DJ Premier, man, you know, I hope that, you know what I'm saying, him and Nas can do something special, because I said the clock is ticking on Twitter, and some stands went crazy. But the reality is this: I feel like Common and Pete Rock set the bar for our era, and what we like. I think the bar is set so high now. And then you got LL Cool J and Q-Tip.
LL, yes, LL.
But I'm nervous though, bro.
Why are you nervous though? What you
nervous though?
Q-Tip and LL?
I'm nervous about Q-Tip and L. But let me say this now.
2 for 2 though, right? I think they got 2 joints out. Am I tripping?
I like. Yeah, they 3.
The Rick Ross joint, with Fat Joe, right?
The new joint that just came out.
Right, the Passion. I think it's called Passion or something.
Passion, and then that joint with Eminem, Murder Song.
Okay, that joint also. Right.
Yeah, which I think y'all rep Eminem on that joint. I don't know if you heard it. It's on YouTube. I think y'all rep Eminem on that. But let me say why I'm nervous real quick. This ain't a diss, because, and everybody watching this gonna know, I've always said I don't do no James Todd Smith slander. Okay. I love LL Cool J.
Absolutely.
I'm nervous about Kamal the Abstract. So this is why. Now, let me preface this. Man. A Tribe Called Quest, my favorite rap group.
Okay.
Q-Tip, one of my favorite producers.
R.I.P. Fife Dog and all that.
R.I.P. Fife, love him. Yeah. Midnight Marauders is my favorite rap album. And
so you got Midnight Marauders over Low and Theory?
Midnight Marauders is my favorite rap album.
Okay.
It's my favorite rap album. And Lyrics to Go is my favorite rap song.
So you have Midnight Marauders over Low and Theory then, right?
It's my favorite, yes. The greatest. Well, you know what? I do. But that's we'll talk about Low and Theory and Midnight Marauders, because I've gone back and forth for decades. But so I say all that to say this: Q-Tip is a very creative dude, but I don't know if we're gonna get Q-Tip, the Tribe producer, or Kamal the Abstract. So, because he can go left field somewhere, and I think LL trusts Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying? I think LL don't mind being creative and rhyming with some creative beats.
Right.
So I can see some of the production not being what people think, and not be this traditional boom bap that people think that you can already tell from the songs already. It's not going to be a traditional boom bap album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's going to be some funky production. I hope it's dope, because at the end of the day, that Renaissance that Q-Tip did was an amazing album to me. You know what I'm saying? So if it's on the lines of some of those beats on now.
You want some Joni Mitchell Never Lie? Is that what you want?
Yeah, I want some, hey man, I want that Getting Up and all that, man. And the joint with Nora Jones on it, man. That Life Is Better. I want to hear some of that too. But LL kind of like a rock star too, so LL might want to rap over a bunch of shit sound like I'm bad. I don't know. So I just don't know where the production goes. But I think LL sounds great lyrically on all 3 songs. He sounds great.
But here's the thing though: can we stomach LL for 11 songs in 2024? Can we? Respectfully. I love my old timers, but I'm just asking. You know, I love Rakim too. Rakim dropping the album too. I got concerns. I'm not gonna lie, I got concerns.
Rakim dropping like a compilation album, bro. It's not even him. I think he's making the beats, and he got like 3 or 4 people on every song. So Rock gonna give us like 7, 8 verses probably total. It's like an EP. So just don't forget about Raw right now. No disrespect, but LL, well, I hope so, man, because at the end of the day, these 3 songs I heard, I enjoyed hearing them rap.
Not bad choice.
And it's not like an 18-track song. I think you said it was like 11, 12 songs.
11, 12 joints on there, yeah.
So I think we can, and I think we can. He got a song with Nas on there. I saw that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he got a few features, so hopefully, I think El gonna be able to hold it down. I just hope the beats are dope, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? And El deserves all his flowers. He's been going on kind of a little tour run right now. He deserves everything he get. He sounds great. So if nothing else, we know he's gonna sound good, man. So I won't, you know what I'm saying, let your realization Q-tip and not come all abstract.
Before we go to Eminem right quick, I want to ask you to go back to Common right quick.
Okay.
Do you deem that as a classic?
Now, you know, I hate using that word immediately.
I hate it.
You know what I'm saying? I'll say this. It sounded the best album I've heard all year. It's one of the best albums I've top to bottom. I've heard it 3 times now. It's one of the best albums I personally heard in the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay. All right.
One of them close to the top, if not the best one. Now, in time, it can kind of grow. I don't like to do the instant classic too much.
Right.
Those are game changers where it's undeniable from everybody. Like when the Chronic dropped. So I don't call anything. I don't call albums classics like that too much. Is it an amazing body of work? Absolutely. If someone told me they felt like it's 5 mics, I won't debate them on it.
What do you have? You have 5 mics? How much?
Right now, preliminary, I have a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay, I got 4, cheating 4.5. I'm like 4.5.
Yeah, I got 4.5 right now, man. I really do, man. I mean, it's lyrical, spiritual, man. The production is outstanding. The sampling is amazing. Yeah, man, 4.5 out of 5, and I might be going up higher. You ask me again in a couple of months.
Me too, because once I start listening to Stellar and then Lonesome and then all kind of right there,
man.
I'm like, okay, now these songs are really resonating with me more. I listen to
my third listen, I was like, okay, it's one of them.
Yeah, it's one of those. Your takes on Marshall Mathers, sir.
So, you know, one of my comments the other day was, you know, I think Eminem, he made this for the Slim Shady fans, the real fans of his. I think that he made the kind of album they appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Like in that regard, it's dope for them. Right. You know what I'm saying? For me, is the rapping dope? Yeah, his rapping has always been what it is. He's one of my top 10 greatest MCs all time. Right. I think his flow was incredible on most of the songs. It was creative in terms of like it's a concept album. You know what I'm saying? So it was creative. You know what I'm saying? It's just nothing that I can ride to every day in the car, man. And that's all I say to people. Like, is Eminem an amazing MC? Yes, bro. And anybody said otherwise, they lying. Because I agree. I mean, because Cool G rapping, everybody said what I'm saying.
They love Eminem.
These the guys that y'all say y'all love, Cool G rapping them love Eminem. Rakim love Eminem. Nas, Jay-Z, they love Eminem. You know what I'm saying? So don't be, if you say you respect the elders, that's what they're saying. So he's amazing, man. The only way I can ride to an Eminem CD personally for me is I made my own Best of Eminem years ago with all the songs that I rock with, and I can ride to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Eminem playlist. I feel you. I got
my own Best of CD, man. So for his fans, I've seen some of them call it amazing, a classic, everything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry about that, bro.
You could talk. I know people in my comment section say I'm bugging. All right, off rip tone, I gave it 3.5 mics.
Okay.
4, right? But I gave it 3.5. And some of the sentiments you share, I like it, but
yeah, man. You know what? I don't even know what I can even mic it, man. I only listen to it one time all the way.
Okay, I listened 3 times.
Right. So I can't mic it yet till I'll commute a few times this week. I'll put it in. I'll ride one full time with. That's why I said my initial thing was I think he made a dope album for his core fan base. That was my thing. I'll listen to it again because I do respect Eminem. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, even after the first listen, I can tell I'll still grab about 4 songs off of it and throw it on my Eminem playlist. You know what I'm saying? And that's no diss to him. I don't want to listen to Eminem for 18 songs. You was asking about LL. Nah, forget that shit. I don't want to hear Eminem for 18, 15, 16, 17.
Well, I know why. If you say Tone, if you say the man can rap, sir,
he's one of the goats.
You said he can rap.
He's one of the goats. I still don't want to hear him for 18 songs.
So you don't want one of the goats rap for 18 songs?
No, I take about 10. I don't want to hear him 18 songs, man. His voice started annoying me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
his voice started annoying me, man.
Here's my thing with the album, right? I felt he did a lot of songs we rapping on 2 beats, right, Tone? And to me, maybe I'm only speaking for me. I felt the second beats were better than the original beats he rapped on. So prime example, we got a song for 3 minutes and 42 seconds, right? The original beats, he's rapping for like 2:50, right? The second beat gets only attention for like a minute and change. You're like, bro, why you not staying there?
That's the one. You know what? That happened a few times on the album.
A few times on this project, Tone.
I noticed that.
A few. He gave Bizarre fire-ass beat to rap. I'm like, why you not rapping on that beat?
Then he had one like little interlude or something like that with that hot beat. And I'm
like, you have a 40 seconds. For 40 seconds.
That's the one. That's the one.
It's called Trouble. You have a 40
seconds.
He
should have rhymed 3 minutes on that.
Yo, Tone, on everything I love, if I was homeboy and I was in the studio, I'd be like, yo, my man, why only 40 seconds though, brother? 40 seconds?
This is why it's important to have real executive producers in there with you who actually quarterback your project. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why people say, man, working with Dr. Dre is not easy because Dr. Dre will quarterback you, dog. Snoop, all of them said that. Like he'll be like, yeah, that sounds all right, man. Spit that again, bro.
He's like Pat Riley, man.
He is Pat Riley. He'll be like, then they'll finish the song. He'll be like, yeah, that ain't it, man. So sometimes you gotta have the right people, man, to kind of guide your that's why I felt like, just real quick, I felt like Hit Boy, for example, would have been one of the perfect ones for Nas to keep him in line. Like, Nas was humble enough, even though he's a legend, to be like, young boy said that's a good idea. Let's rock with that. You know what I'm saying? And Eminem kind of does his own thing. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes
but so hold on. I'm gonna cut your wisdom. You just said if he does his own thing. But what if his formula been working for him? Maybe not for us.
And that's why I said, I'm glad you made that comment. That's why I said it worked for his fans.
Right.
So in the essence, you don't break what don't. I mean, Eminem gonna stream the most. He gonna sell the most. His core fan base is massive because Eminem is a rock star who happens to be able to rap his ass off. He's a rock star.
He's a rock star
because some of his fans don't even look like hip hop. And I hate when I say that. It's true.
It's the truth. You know what?
It's true. And I'm an Eminem fan.
Me too. I am too.
People was calling me I made a comment about Eminem on for verses, and he couldn't beat no damn Jay-Z in the verses. And they put that shit in the shade room, had about 1 million damn whatever. Wow. Yeah, they tried like I was Eminem hating. I wasn't. I just said Eminem can't beat Jay-Z in no verses.
Right.
Y'all he can, but not to the core hip hop fans. He can't.
I will go home and respect.
You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, I turned right around and said, why don't y'all take my flowers post I did on Eminem? Because I've done hundreds of flowers posts for years on people from every genre of music. If you follow Tone the Dome, you know that. And I gave Eminem his props. It's just that, I can't. It's hard for me to stop. And I do like the Eminem show a lot and Marshall Mouth LP a lot.
Yes, I like Slim Shady also.
I do. Them first 3 came out swinging.
Yeah.
And even Infinite got some dope joints on there. A lot of
people sleep on Infinite. That's the first album, right?
Infinite, the first album. And the title track Infinite. Now he did sound like AZ on that, but still, nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? The track Infinite was dope.
I do like the track he has with JID though, the Fuel Joint. I love that song.
Yeah.
That song is fire.
It's some joints. Don't get me wrong, man. He got some joints on there. I like that Guilty Conscience too, also.
You like Guilty Conscience?
I do.
All right, I'm glad you went there. Stay with me then. So when you heard Guilty Conscience, you were cool with no Dr. Dre being on there?
No, I wanted Dr. Dre on there.
That's what I'm saying, Tone. I wanted Dre on the joint. Like, if you go, am I lip picking though? Because I asked my homeboy earlier, am I lip picking? He said no, but I just felt like, damn.
No. It does leave something to be desired because Dre's the icing on the cake for Guilty Conscience.
Yeah.
You know, but I did like the song. Dre on there, I would have loved the song.
And then, Tone, he has 2 songs dedicated. One song dedicated to Haley, another song dedicated to his other daughters and stuff. And I'm like, all right, because one song is called Temporary, right? Yeah. Where he's talking about Haley and stuff. And he has another song called Somebody Save Me.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll. And he's talking about Haley in the second verse about Lena. And I'm like, okay, well, 2, respectfully, Tone, I'm a father, but do we need 2 songs? He
should have combined it in one song and changed the beat.
And I'm going to go here because people tell me Encore is trash, right? But I think Mockingbird about Haley is his best song about his daughter.
Dude, Mockingbird is an amazing song.
I love Mockingbird. It's a fire song to me.
Absolutely. The beat.
A classic. I love Mockingbird.
His flow on there was flawless.
Fire.
It was flawless. It was flawless.
Very funny.
I mean, but yeah, man, you know, this is my thing, though.
Right.
And it's wishful thinking, and we've said this about Eminem, a lot of us, for decades.
Okay.
Man, you know, I really, for my own, you know, being selfish, I'd have loved Eminem to drop a 12-track album with The Alchemist. The dude Alchemist used to be his tour DJ.
Oh, my God.
Man, imagine Eminem over 12 tracks with The Alchemist, bro.
All right, did it start where he just decided, you know what? He started learning production, and then he learned from Dre a little bit, and then he did some classic beats on Get Rich or Die Trying, and it was like, and then he got some classic songs that he produced himself. That I might not like. I might not like Tone. I got to be honest. I might not like the beat, but you know, because on the song Renaissance, right? The very first song Renaissance, he talks about. You know, he goes, "Oh, y'all ate Kendrick Lamar." He's trying to making fun of the fans and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he's saying that, "Oh, y'all said I ain't got no beats and stuff," and I'm like, "You really don't be having beats." And I like that.
Yeah, but to your point though, in his mind, he like, yeah, my biggest songs, I produced them.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact, though, Tone. It is
outside of the ones Dre did.
Yes, it is.
He did a few of them.
It's working for him. I can produce my own shit. I don't gotta pay no producer. These stands, these cats are gonna gobble. They're gonna grab whatever I do. So it's like,
yeah, and you know we're fans. We selfish sometimes. I mean, I said something selfish by saying, "Hey, I want him in The Alchemist." Well, that's not what he want to do.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Would that work right now? Would that work right now? You feel, Tone?
Man, once a great MC, always a great MC to me, man. If you get him in the right space mentally, lock him in that studio with The Alchemist. One thing Eminem can do is he can damn rap.
Right, facts.
He can rap. You know what I'm saying?
He can do rap, wordplay, and all that. Flow pockets. He definitely can.
When he focus, honestly, there ain't too many people better. Technically, we're talking about technical skills. If we just talking about that aspect, it's like Lupe Fiasco. Let's say you don't like him, right? That's fine. You don't have to like Lupe Fiasco. But we talking about in-pocket technical as far as a rapper. There's not a lot of people that can rap better than Lupe Fiasco. And I'm talking about legends too.
Let me see, Lupe or Common?
I think Lupe technically can rap better, but I think Common a better MC.
Okay.
Lupe is a better rapper.
Right.
Common is a better overall MC to me. But on paper, Lupe can probably out-rap almost everybody in rap outside of maybe 5-6 people, man. I mean, like, technically.
Did you hear Lupe's album? It's not that bad. I heard his album like dropped.
Yeah, I heard it, man.
He got joints on that rock with.
He can rap, man. You know, I like it for what it is, but I only spun it one time so far, so I haven't done the knowledge on it yet.
That's straight. Maybe it's too early to ask you this, but people are saying that this is one of Eminem's best projects. Do you have this over Encore, Eminem show?
Oh, it's definitely not over Eminem's. His first 3 hours definitely not better than either one of them.
You said it's better?
No.
Oh, it's not okay. So Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers LP, and we're talking Eminem show, right?
Yeah, it's not better than either one of them 3.
So we're in agreement. I would in total.
No.
I don't know if it's way better. Is it way better than Encore? I don't know if it's way better than Encore. I don't know.
I don't know. I gotta go back and listen to Encore again.
Evil Deeds, Never Long Enough with 50 and Nate Dogg.
I haven't listened to Encore in years, so I have to go back and do the knowledge. I mean, you still got Recovery and Relapse.
I like Recovery a little more than this.
Yeah, Recovery pretty dope.
I like Recovery. I like Recovery a lot. I thought Recovery was slept on.
It was slept on to me too. And Relapse wasn't bad. Yeah. So, I mean, this album is
not better than Common. Are we on point with that? It's not better than Common's album.
Dude, that ain't even a discussion.
All right, okay, so we
that ain't even a discussion. It ain't even, to me, like, it ain't even the same stratosphere. Look, man, that ain't even the same stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? To me, you know what I'm saying? I might make an Eminem fan mad with that. But, but yeah, that's not even, now it might be his 5th or 6th best album. Maybe. But so let me ask you this then. I got a question for you.
All right.
What's gonna take some time for this because it's still early.
Yeah, it's still early.
At some point, I'm talking about Common now. At some point, it's gonna be a discussion of where does the auditorium rank in Common discography. Now, Common discography is when you actually look back at it on paper, it's way better than what some people think. Because this real quick, after we get past Resurrection, One Day It All Makes Sense, Like Water for Chocolate, and B. Those are 4 amazing albums, right? But then
it's not better than B. It's not better than B. I'm saying
it's not better than B. It's not better than B. But then you gotta look at some sleepers. I like that Dreamer and Believer album. You know what I'm saying?
Maya Angelou and all that he had on there, right?
Yeah. Then he had that Nobody's
Sweet Celebration. He had some drinks on there.
Nobody Smiling was dope. Nobody Smiling is dope, man. And Finding Forever is dope. Kanye, I like Finding Forever, yeah. With the people on there and all that. Yeah. So Common got some joints, man, that I don't know where I can rank this one at now, but I'll say this. It's definitely a big addition to his already stellar discography, man. Yeah.
I would agree with that. I would agree, man.
Big, man.
I would agree. I would definitely agree with that. It's a very dope project, man. Very dope project, man. And I wouldn't say this way, Roller. I like Eminem. I like Dog Pound's project also. I'm listening.
Yes. Look.
I like Dog Pound project.
They did a great job because they still gave you the essence of the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Dad's Corrupt sounded great. Later, Ray straight murdered that song.
She got on the hardest song. She killed that joint. She killed that.
And that's Premier. That's a Premier beat.
That's a Premier beat. She murked that shit. She killed it.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Real quick on that. I did a tweet and posted a picture of her about a year ago. And I retweeted again recently about how Death Row, because all the stuff they had going on, totally dropped the ball with Later Ray's album. Her album came out a couple years too late. It wasn't Dr. Dre in it. Man, Later Rage is a monster on the mic.
She set up Doggy. She had a dope intro on Doggy Style album.
Oh.
You know, with Afro Puffs and everything like that. She had another joint on one of them on the soundtrack.
Her album was good, but it could have been amazing if it would have dropped in time, man. Yeah. This last verse from her, she sound like 93 Rage, man. Later Rage is a monster on that mic, man. Like, yeah, Dog Pound did a great job, man. This 2024 been a renaissance for the 90s MCs.
So are we saying that the older rappers make the best music? Are we too old? Are we too old niggas sitting on the lawn saying that?
We're on the porch in the rocking chair right now.
We're on the rocking chair like old dude talking about, hey.
But think about this. This year we're gonna have LL, Nas, Common them just did this joint. You know what I'm saying? Eminem just dropped. You know, all these older cats are rock him is gonna do something.
I still play Cole music.
Yeah, so now I expect Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole to drop this year, so that's good for the new era of Kings. They still the new era Kings. I know this battle got people. No. Drake is still Drake.
Listen,
Kendrick is still Kendrick. Cole is still Cole.
The battle, but Drake is still Drake, man. The boy's still streaming.
I did the video real quick. I did the video on my Twitter page, and I said, you know, Drake did what a lot of people in his position wouldn't have done in the last decade. He's taking on 4 battles, whether you feel like he won or lost or whatever. Drake battled Meek Mill, Common, you know what I'm saying, Pusha T, and Kendrick. These are some heavy, you know, 3 of them dudes are battle rap.
He is battle tested. I would say that. He's battle, and that was my concern.
He could have ignored them.
Right. That was my concern with him and Kendrick going into this thing, Tone. because I was like, all right, K Dot, you're not more bad. I rock with you more than Drake, but you're not more battle tested than Drake.
Oh, but let me say something though, player. The reason why I thought the exact opposite was I was one of those guys who was up on K Dot when Overly Dedicated came out before Section 80 and all that. When he was K Dot from Compton, I had all those songs back then. And if you listen to the way Kendrick rapped back then, he was in battle type mode. He rapped like that. Right. So I wasn't surprised when I heard him say what he said on Control or on that BET Cypher over that Mobb Deep beat. Because some people were surprised by Kendrick. I'm like, that's little K Dot from Compton. Drake in trouble. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. But I was giving Drake props because, again, I like that stay scheming, that verse at Common. We can't wait to run into you. You got it, Common. We got it, Common. Finish line. We can't wait to get in. And then when that Duppy freestyle, you know what I'm saying? If Pusha didn't have that joke in his hand,
he got crazy on Duppy. He did. He got crazy on Duppy.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I'm looking forward to all those guys too. But I think the 90s guys this year might end up having some of the best work. We'll see.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think Kendrick is the clear-cut MVP, and we're in July already. He's the MVP of hip-hop. I'm sorry.
Kendrick is right now
MVP, man.
He really even more solidified his legendary status, man. I know some people don't look. Kendrick has surpassed a lot of people that we like as far as like his legendary status, man. This kid has, you know, he's got some of the biggest albums and songs in the last 12, 13 years of hip hop. Same with Drake, you know what I'm saying? He's made a West Coast anthem a diss song.
That's crazy. Especially what was being said in the diss song, which is just another conversation for a different day. I ain't never seen no shit like this.
He's done something that, in the history of rap, real quick, man. We talk about, when Elliot Wilson did his 50 greatest diss song, I did mine. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like mine better, Elliot, if you ever see this. But, a lot of people like mine better. They say mine was way better. But nevertheless, on that list, most of those songs are almost damn near underground songs. You know what I'm saying? Because most diss songs aren't played in the club like Drake Back to Back or something like that. Kendrick made a club banger West Coast anthem that's a diss song. We've never seen the Takeover either wasn't club bangers like that.
Hit 'Em Up might be the closest one, but not even like that though. Hit 'Em Up, I give Pac might be the closest.
Hit 'Em Up.
Hit 'Em Up. Pac was
in the club. It was playing the club.
Club though, man. I used to be like, damn, Pac, shit.
Yeah, it was playing the club, but this joint right here,
this is different. This is
demographics.
Yeah, it is different. This is different.
It's different, man.
My boy B Dot was from Rap Radar was telling me that he feels like Not Like Us is the greatest diss track of all time.
I said it's the biggest. It's not
most impactful. That's the word he used. Most impactful. That's what he said. The most impactful.
Oh yeah. I would definitely say that. I would definitely say that because people got to understand something. There's a lot of Drake haters out here, but understand something about Drake. Let's be honest.
All right.
In the last 12, 13 years in hip hop culture, nobody's been bigger than Drake.
Will I
like it or not? Whatever. Kendrick been right there at number 2, which is great. Number 2 is great. You know what I'm saying? Now he's number 1 right now. But I'm just saying Drake has a chokehold on popular music, man. And so for Kendrick to make a song blasting him, and it becomes an anthem, and in the internet era, social media era, click of a button era, there can't be a song more impactful than that to me.
That's crazy, man.
And that's coming right after Meet the Grams. It's coming right after that.
Those back-to-back joints.
He didn't let Family Matters breathe, and Family Matters is a stellar diss song. If you go back and listen to that shit,
wildest shit of it. He did not let Family Matters breathe. He pushed the button. He pushed the button.
He pushed the nuke like the president be like, Secret Service be like, hand the president the suitcase, open it up, and you hit the damn button because Family Matters. If you go out, man, I played it the other day, man. 3 beat changes. Drake was rapping his ass off. You watch the video. He's sitting there with the spaghetti eating like, I got this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in my video, if that had been somebody else, that would have worked.
Yeah, that would have worked.
K-Dot is diabolical.
Yeah.
Meet the Grams came out. I'm like, man, this dude didn't just do this.
Crazy. My brother Tone, man. I appreciate it, brother. Happy birthday again to you, brother. God bless you and your family. You know, we have this hip hop conversation more often, man. I respect your opinion and stuff. We always got to agree.
Likewise, man. Likewise, man.
You feel me?
Thanks for the love, my G. For real.
My God, man. Shout out to my brother Tone, man. Know the vibes already, man. You heard?